Hello there YouTube, this is Tycooner Steve, and welcome back to our subscriber zoo. Well, the votes were counted, and the winner of this week's, whatever we want to call it, are African leopards. So that's the exhibit we're going to be putting in today. It's going to go in that little corner that is just south of our aardvarks, just to the east of, just to the west, just to the east of our giraffes. I know how to map. What are you talking about? So we're going to be building it here in this corner. It does make about a perfect size. And since these are large cats, I decided I was going to go with a more traditional layout and make a pit display, which you'll actually find with a lot of large cats are in pit displays. Named so because it means the animals are in a pit. Very technical, I know. But that's what we're going to go and do here. We're going to put the animals down a little bit lower than our actual viewing area. Instead of like giraffes where we walked up, we're going to put the animals down. So we're still going to get those nice views because we're on a different topography, different height than our African leopards, but we're going to have it much nicer. And I'm also building in, you can see here to the west side, I've got my directions down now. To the west here is we're going to put in the actual inside area for our leopards, and it's also going to be our zookeeper area. Then we're going to have access via stairs for the zookeepers down into the pit, and via that little ramp for our leopards into the main part of the exhibit. And that should come out beautifully. Fingers crossed. I'm sure it will. What are the odds it won't come out exactly how I planned it in my head? You're correct. 0. That was the number. And anyway, let's go along here, finding a fence. Trying to find something that's a little bit different for the African leopards. I almost considered using this horse block fence, which I've never used before, but I actually really like the look, so expect to see that in the future. The reason why I wanted to do something a little bit different for the African leopards is because with the giraffes and our veldt area, obviously we're going with sub-Saharan savanna type of biomes, and the African leopards are more of a jungle animal. They're more in that Congo River basin, so I thought we should change up the outside fencing to go along with the change in our actual inside animal fencing. Our inside animal biome here. He's put in this dark tropical rainforest dirt here. Beautiful, beautiful. Going along swimmingly. Speaking of swimmingly, let's put in a little pond for them. And I want to have a nice observation thing. I'm going to go with the heat rock, I think. I don't think we have quite enough room to put in the pride rock thing. Now we'll also go ahead and remember to put some food inside here. That's going to motivate our leopards to go inside even more. Of course, they'll also go there because they want shelter. And then we're going to go ahead and put these rocks in, just kind of a way to sort of disguise the very clearly artificially made ramp and stairs there. It's probably not going to be a perfect disguise, but we want to make it so it's not just glaringly obvious that's standing out there. So we'll put in these rocks, and now I'll grab some of these monsoon grass, build it up around here, laying down the grass, laying it down, and now we'll build it up around the pond, dropping some rocks, just trying to disguise the fact that this is obviously artificial, just like that. And a little pond. I don't know if leopards, I've never seen pictures of leopards swimming. If it was a tiger display, I know tigers actually do like to swim, so I would insist on having a big water area. But we're going to go with a smaller one for our leopards here, because I just don't think of them as being very, what is the word I'm looking for? Very aquatic. And we'll drop a couple of these guys. Oh, I actually realized I made a mistake. I was going to put these trees behind here, which is usually a good idea, but I actually need that area open as a path for a zookeeper. So the behind the trees we're going to cut out here, and instead we're going to try to find these large ferns, I think is what we're going to end up going with here. Something like this. Something like this, maybe? Yes. We'll find something here. Tropical rainforest, what do we got? Yeah, there we go, those large ferns. Beautiful. They say large ferns, they always look like short palm trees to me, but whatever. it looks great. It's going to blend in, and we're going to put in these kapok trees. Wrong part of the world, but they're kind of a jungly looking tree. So, what the hoo-hey, let's go ahead with that. And we'll build up the brush in the background. Higher brush, again, just kind of disguising that fence in the background. Making it look like if the leopards go into this bushy area, it will almost be like they're receding into the deep, deep depths of the jungle. And extend the grass out, something like that. And obviously we're going to have to match that up with this other either tall fern or short palm, depending on your point of view, I guess. From a certain point of view, that's how it is. Just putting this down, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Quick check. And that fence looks a little bit high. I'm probably going to have to change that here. But we'll get this all nice and smoothed out. And now the leopards are actually going to be able to walk right up against this fence. So what I'm going to do, I think, yes, what I'm going to do is actually put in this higher fence that's got like this, looks kind of like a wire or steel wire netting. That way, the idea would be that the leopards could actually like pounce up and hit against it, and it wouldn't, they wouldn't be able to actually hurt our guest, provided our guests are smart enough to keep their fingers and toes inside. But if you're not that smart, I really think that's a you problem. But let's go ahead, and since we use this higher fence, we're going to make it look a little more planned by putting the same height post right up here. And that's going to allow us to put in a nice roof to go over there. That's going to look like it was meant to go the entire time. It's going to work out great, trust me. You followed me this far, follow me just slightly further, and it's going to work out great. I think, I hope. Alright, one down there, that's good. And then a higher one to go actually across the top of those posts. Actually, this is going to work really good because like the same shape viewing area, it's going to be a little smaller, but it's going to be the same like basic, what is that, octagon? Yeah, an octagon shape that we used for our giraffe display. So it's going to look like we had planned this out all along, which I totally did, and it's not something I just walked into backwards. That's totally not what happened. I knew this for forever. You knew this forever. It's your zoo. It's a subscriber zoo. That's clearly what you wanted me to do with it. And go ahead and... Nope, not that. What about this guy? Yeah, a little bit down here. A little bit down here, and we'll make this an invisible path, which means we've got to undo something like that. Oh, you know what we can do? Let's go ahead and put that back and see if we can't get some labeling on this, so people know where to find their African leopards. Probably not gonna have enough room for Africans, so let's just put leopards up. Leopards. Is that gonna work right? Yeah, it's gonna work fine. Okay, I'm gonna have to... Leopard. Yeah, that almost fits. Very good, I can live with that. That's good, and we'll go ahead and make this invisible again. Undo, redo. Awesome sauce. Great, 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 great. And let's see if we can't fill these in. Nothing kinda seems to fit in there. What about these ferns? No, they don't have enough headroom, it looks like. Can I get a shorter one? Maybe, no, still not enough head space. I'll get rid of this and try to... No, it's still causing issues. It's gonna be a pain. Okay, first thing first, let's get this fixed again. So we have that perfect shape that we were so happy with earlier because it matched our giraffe area. You know what? Let's just drop these larger ferns on the outside area. Something like that. Yeah, that's something. And then we'll go ahead and put in a little extra room for the guest around there, just so it's not so cramped. In fact, let's go ahead and sort of get the space up. We'll use that same rocks that we used for the giraffes to make this area feel all nice and tied in. Putting down some daisies with a dollop of daisies. And I think we need some of that African fire fox, whatever it's called, foxtail grass. There we go. Filling this in. Probably fill this in to make it look a little less sparse. Great, great, great. And we'll go ahead and paint in Savannah, tie it all together. Beautiful, beautiful, working great. Okay, I think it's time to go ahead and see if we can't finish up our zookeeper and inside part of the exhibit here. So let's actually put in some doors so this will be functional. We'll need one there. Very good. And I don't think I'm going to cover up the doors. I think if you're going into the leopard exhibit, you're going to want a little glass, so you can see and make sure the leopard's not right there waiting to eat you, because I hear they do that. But we'll go ahead and put in a little research supply area. And two little benches, so you can sit down there. That's great. Get rid of these fences. I was using those just to make sure the path stayed straight, but we should be at the point now. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I've had people complain about it before, but I don't care. I'm going to go ahead and put a handrail there. It just seems more realistic to me. So, if you're one of those people that don't like the handrail in the middle of the exhibit, I do apologize, but this is how I roll. Okay, and I'll put in a gate here so we can force them to go outside or force them to stay inside. Oop, that's a little too low. And at a height of 2, I think that's going to work. Make it a little bit like a tunnel, like you would actually see. Where is the... I guess I'll put down this railing first to blend it in, and then put up a higher one there, right? Yes, okay, that's how that should look. And now I'll put the actual roof on. That worked way too well. I bet you anything it extended into the big barn. Yep, it did. Oh, look at all the giraffes in our barn. Hey, Mr. Giraffes, how you doing in the big barn? Giraffes in the big barn, fixing up a roof. Okay, and at a slightly higher height, go ahead and put the roof on the part that the leopards will be hanging out in. Hanging out. Hanging out. Hanging out with the family, hopefully not running into any problems. Getting rid of that inside the barn. And we'll just daisy this area up a little bit more to kind of compensate for the fact that now that there's a building there. You know, very good. Let's switch into guest mode here. Yes, yes, yes. You can really see the stairs and ramp there. That's a little bit more than I would want. But, yeah, I'm going to let it slide. I think I'm okay with that. I always kind of want to borrow them out. Quick thought here. Since it's not very clearly marked, I'm going to put down this mural with the giraffes on it to kind of help our guests know that you need to turn to the right there for the giraffes. And not because I totally forgot I had that when I was making the giraffe display. This is just something new that I only need now, so... There we go, dropping down our leopards. Probably going to need to put in a leopard keeper here, would be my guess. Leopard keeper. Alright, here we are for our final walkthrough, standing at the turn for the giraffe display. Of course, we have an aardvark display to that left there. But now, if you continue down here, you can clearly see that our leopards, that's a nice little area. We can clearly see our leopards and where to go to see giraffes. That's a pretty cool little display, I like it too. But let's actually go in and take a peek at the leopards from the guest viewing area. And here we are. And there they are. Kind of just hanging out down there. How you doing, leopards? Looking real happy like. Well, having a little bit of a herky-jerky hitbox issue with our rock there. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to move that. That's not optimum. Oh no, she got past it. She's doing great. I can tell it's a she because it's a smaller one. But yeah, okay, great. We don't need to change that. You can see the little pond here. Looks pretty good. I don't want to do anything. Yeah, no, I'm okay with the fact that you can kind of see those stairs. I'm going to live with that because it does have an air of reality to my taste. But let's go ahead and see this as a zookeeper would see it. Go ahead and make the right turn here. And some of the plants are poking out, but again, that's I'm willing to let that be a casualty for the look at the display. Going past here. Harpies can't reach the... Where do I have educators? I'm sorry, I'm reading these things and I shouldn't be reading them. I should be doing our final walkthrough. Let's get back to that. Sorry about that. Got momentarily distracted, but here's the door to our zookeeper entrance. And of course we have our exit right out there to the main part of the zoo, but let's make sure we are able to get into the paddock here on the inside. Very good. We can get there. Looks like there's a clear pathway for our leopards to get there. Great. A little station set up. That's fantastic. Let's go out into the main area. Down the stairs. Hey, Mr. Leopard. Taking a little nap? Taking a little nap there? That's pretty good. And you're hanging out too. There's our zookeeper, looking great in his cargo shorts. And yeah, I'm okay with the fact that the leopards can get up there. Just watch your fingers and toes, right? Yeah. Zoo goer beware. That's how we're rolling these days. All right, but I think that's gonna do it for our African leopard display. A little bit shorter this episode because we're kind of working in that little corner, but I think it actually really turned out great. I am actually pretty happy with that. A couple unexpected boons along the way, particularly that viewing area matching so well with our giraffes. But that does do it for today. This is our subscriber zoo, so it is up to you to pick the next display we're doing. In order to do that, what you need to do is leave a comment below. I'll allow voting for the next 3 days. Just comment on the type of animal you want to see, and that is what we'll do next. Maybe it'll be in a big area out over here. Maybe it'll be another small area. It is completely up to you. Be sure to leave that comment, though. Also, if you like this video, you can like this video by clicking the like button. And if you want to see more, you can also subscribe. These are all the options I'm giving you today. You may like, comment, and subscribe. Zoo Tycooner Steve, thank you for spending your time with me today, and you have a great rest of the day.